Hi, good morning, Radiant Church. I miss your faces and your hugs and your voices, and I am grateful for these ways to connect together during this separation, but I can't wait to be back with you all in the flesh. I wanted to share with you this morning a devotional out of a psalm that I've been stuck in for the last few months, and it's Psalm 84. We're going to be starting in verse 5 together, verses 5 through 7. And this psalm, the beginning of the psalm, is talking about how good it is to be in the presence of God, to go to the house of God. And starting in verse 5, it says, "Blessed are those whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion. As they go through the valley of Baca, they make it a place of springs. The early rain also covers its pools. They go from strength to strength. Each one appears before God in Zion." So starting with that first line, blessed are those whose strength is in you. Blessed, happy, fortunate are those whose strength comes from God, and in whose heart are the highways to Zion, or in whose heart are highways to heaven. Their hearts are a speedway to God. They go straight to God. Blessed are those people whose hearts go speedily to the presence of God. As they go through the valley of Baca, which means the valley of weeping, or the valley of tears, or the valley of lament, as they go through that valley of sadness, of tears, of pain, they make it a place of springs, or they make it a well. This is such a beautiful, beautiful picture. This is a line, these two lines, a heart that is a highway to heaven, and a person who makes a valley of tears into a place of springs, has just stunned me, and it's been something I've meditated on often in these months. This picture of a people walking through a valley and literally sowing their tears into the ground, and then drawing as in a well from those tears, is such an incredible picture. And the thing that I want to say to you out of this is, your strength will be in God, and you'll be blessed that your strength is in God when your heart goes speedily to Him. You'll be blessed when you walk through these hard times, these places of sadness or pain, and you draw on God as a well. And I want you and me to know that we are standing on a well right now, wherever we're at, in our homes, with our families, alone, having experienced global loss and pain, and a myriad of personal losses and pains. There is a well under our feet in God that we can draw on right now. We can make it a spring. That there is satisfying fullness of life available to us right now, but we find it by going through the valley of tears. And I just wanted to invite you guys to cry. And I know that this is not easy to do right now in quarantine, but I had to take a walk the other day and create enough space and quiet where the tears could start to flow before God, and go to Him with the real sadness that I'm feeling, or the real loss that me and my family are experiencing, not comparing it to the greater losses all around or in other parts of the world, but just being real and honest with my heart before God, and bringing the aches and pains to Him, letting those tears fall, and drawing on the well that He is for what I need, letting my heart go speedily to Him, which I have to create space in order to do that, so that He can be my well and my spring. And I want to encourage us as a church to do this in a time where it's harder to do. Go for a walk, take a drive, get alone to a place where you could be safe enough and where it could be quiet enough to let your heart be real before God and to let the tears flow. Find a closet, shut the door, use that time at night more intentionally to actually bring your heart before God, so that he can be your springs, that he can be your well. Verse 7 says, they go from strength to strength. Each one appears before God in Zion. And I just wanted to invite us to appear before God. This has been something that's been the most challenging for me in these 2 weeks home, without any space carved out for myself. It has been harder for me to appear before God, and I have let it go to like my breaking point in order to finally do that. And so I wanted to invite us to press in to the Lord, to let our strength come from him, to be a people whose hearts have a highway to God, whose hearts go speedily to God, to be a people who walk through the valley of tears, get to a place where we can be honest enough with God to let the tears flow, to let what's really going on in our hearts come before him, so that it can become a spring or a well where we can draw on him for resource, for life, for satisfaction, for sustenance, and to appear before God. I love you all. We're praying for you. We miss you. And we just bless you to be who you are, to appear before God, and to let him be the well that he is to you.